Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about transit Uranus conjunct one's natal Jupiter. Now, when we're talking about transits that involve Uranus, it can involve be connected with uniqueness, what's unorthodox, unusual, disruptions, freedom, and independence. Now, when transit Uranus conjoins one's natal Jupiter, well, there could be a lot of uniqueness and unorthodox energy, disruptions, freedom and independence. It could be in one's philosophical outlook, their philosophy. It could be somebody that adopts a rather unique philosophy, one that is very different, perhaps, than many other people. It can be something very unorthodox. It could be a religion that might be somewhat unusual, and others, many other people that may not follow it. Something that's very non-conforming as far as the belief system goes. It can also be doing something. There might be disruptions in one's higher education at this time. If somebody is in college or taking courses, there might be something that happens very spontaneously that might put an end or at least a delay to it in some cases. Or could also be too where maybe somebody might be taking, or the way it may manifest in some people is that there might be online classes that a person may take, because remember, Uranus is connected with computers and the internet, and Jupiter is associated with higher education. Could also be about expanding horizons and more that freedom to do so at this point in time. And say if it's in Taurus, it could be done with a lot of persistence and patience and perseverance as well. Now, Jupiter could also be associated with in-laws, so this could also be expressed in perhaps unorthodox or unusual behavior by in-laws, or maybe an in-law might be experiencing expressing some kind of genius quality, or coming up with some kind of innovation. Uh, or in-law might unexpectedly reappear in your life if an in-law has been away for a protracted period. Now, also, too, this could be as well. Jupiter is associated with foreigners, so you might be dealing with maybe some, could be unusual behavior with a foreigner, or maybe a foreigner may unexpectedly appear in your life, maybe come out and play a prominent role in it very unexpectedly. Could also manifest in a very unanticipated long distance journey at this time as well. It could be something that just kind of happens out of the blue, that wasn't premeditated or planned at all. It could be a friend maybe that encourages you to travel abroad. Remember, Uranus can be connected with friendships. And also, too, remember that Jupiter is connected with veracity and the truth. So another way that this can might be expressed is that it could be about maybe a friend that may come out and express his or her truth about something that may be that may have been hidden for some time, that is actually unveiled very surprisingly or shockingly. Um, it could also be a time too where you might be using, as far as Jupiter is associated with the law, so it might be a time too where you might be using the internet to find out more about the law. It can be maybe a friend, or somebody that might be in some group, club, or organization, may get in some issue with the law at this time, or somebody that might be in a Uranus type field. It could be some kind of might be astrologer, an astronomer, some innovator, or a person that works with computers or electronics. Um, could also be a time, might be as far as your goals, your aspirations, your future might be tied in with the law. Say if it's in Sagittarius or the ninth house, it might be, especially it might be something that you take, a college course in learning about the law, maybe to become a lawyer. And anatomically speaking, Jupiter is associated with the liver, pancreas, sciatic nerve, hip, and even could be connected with cancer. So it could be something very unexpected. That might happen in some isolated cases, especially if you have this in the first or sixth house in your natal chart, because the first house is associated with the physical body. Sixth house could be connected with physical debilitations. There may be something that comes as a surprise that with one of these things that I just stated that are anatomically associated with Jupiter. It could be, if you have these issues already, there might be some fluctuations, with it. Maybe it's an unexpected turn for the best or for the worst with these issues, one or more of these issues. It could also be a time too where I'm looking at this as well. Another way this could, you're looking at Jupiter. Jupiter is connected with exuberance, enthusiasm, and optimism. And this might be tied in more with connections you might have with friends, with groups, clubs, or organizations. They might give you more reason to be more positive, more expansive. Maybe social networking might do so, social media. Also, too, this could be about friendships that might figure more prominently in your philosophy, your beliefs. It could be in expanding horizons. Say if this is an Aquarius as an example, it could be maybe an unorthodox or astrological belief in astrology, or unusual or unorthodox philosophy. Could also be another way this could manifest is that this could be expressed in some cases as Uranus things in general, maybe more fortuitous and prosperous for you. It could be doing something with astrology, could be friendships, could be innovation, maybe some group, club, or organization. It could be something with, at your timing with your aspiration or goals, something with astronomy, computers, electronics. And also, too, it could also be about maybe getting involved in unusual sports. Remember that Jupiter can be connected with sports. And also, it might be expressed in unanticipated long distance journeys, traveling abroad. Let's say, for example, if this falls in Scorpio, it could be maybe traveling abroad regarding a death. It might be a death of, maybe a family member that might live in a foreign country, or it could be pertaining to some mystery. Maybe you're trying to help solve, and it might require a long distance journey if this is in Scorpio as an example. Another thing too is that this could be something where, Uranus could be connected with social media, social networking. So this could also be about maybe where social media, social networking might give you more hope and optimism, more so than usual. Let's say if this falls in Capricorn as an example, it could be something with business or career ambitions. Uh, the internet also, maybe this is used to uncover truth and veracity about something. It could be, a time where you might be using going online to research matters pertaining to the law, because the law could be connected with Jupiter, and of course, again, Uranus can be associated with computers and the internet. Now, in some isolated cases, it could be, unexpected issues. Uranus is about the unexpected, what's unpredictable. And Jupiter is associated with the liver, the hip, the pancreas, the sciatic nerve, and Cancer. I stated this before, but I'm just saying it, just as you could say, to reaffirm or reinforce things about this. And because on the other side, it could also, conversely, this could manifest in exacerbating some Uranus-related physical issues. Because remember, as I've stated in previous videos, Jupiter could be paradoxical. It's very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. And it can enlarge and expand Uranus-related issues in some isolated cases, especially if this transit occurs in the first or your sixth house in your natal chart. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, and the thing about it is that people that may be Jupiter related, in-laws, could be philosophers, could be college professors, people in religion, philosophy, maybe foreigners that you may know, people that are involved in the law. They might be acting more, maybe a little bit more eccentric or unpredictable, more so than usual at this time. They may be exhibiting some idiosyncratic behavior. Um, and sometimes this may enlarge idiosyncratic behavior on your part as well, because Uranus is connected with the unusual, and Jupiter can enlarge and expand issues. So, these are some ways that this can manifest and pan out at this time if you have this transit. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.